All right, today we are going to be ranking the top players under 23 years old. Um, we'll start off here with Marco Luciano. Where would you put Marco Luciano, guys?
Um, I would go every day.
Every day? Okay.
Obviously, he's not at this second, but I think he definitely can be. I mean, he wasn't hyped up for no reason. So I think he can definitely be an everyday player. From what I know about him, I think there is a strikeout issue like there are with many prospects. So I'm not so sure to put him in all-star.
No, yeah, I don't. Probably he's probably an everyday major leaguer. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of swing and miss, so he could be even a tier lower if worse comes to worse. But he has a ton of power. Um, yeah, no, I think everyday major league player is probably the safe bet for him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. Um, Everyday player seems right for Marco. How about Junior Caminero? Where does Junior? And this is projections, by the way. Obviously, nobody's going to be, might not be a franchise cornerstone right now, but we're projecting what they might be in the future. So where do you think Junior Caminero goes?
I'm gonna say franchise cornerstone. He's a shortstop, or at least can play shortstop, and he's a very, very good hitter. So, I mean, very premium spot, especially for a team like the Rays, who already lost out on their premium shortstop. But yeah, I think he's a very good player. I had him in my top three prospects, if I remember right, if
Oh,
not
really?
top five.
Wow. So you're high on Junior.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe my kind of definition for franchise cornerstone might be more strict, but I'd probably have him on like the high end of the all-star tier. Obviously, really good player. The premium position, though, playing being at short, kind of that's a good point. Why he could be like I'm more than fine with putting him in the
It is a
top
good
tier,
point.
but I'd probably go more all-star than that top tier, but I'm okay with it.
It is a good point. I'm questioning how good of defense he plays at the shortstop position, um, but he's only 20 years old, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
um, yeah, and with a team like the Rays that could use a franchise cornerstone, I think you're absolutely right, Vlad. I'm gonna go franchise cornerstone here. Next up, we got Jordan Lawler.
Zach, I'll let you start this one.
Um, I'm gonna be honest. There's just not enough hitting for me. I think. I mean, if I'm correct, he's a really like elite defender, right? Or
Yeah, and runner, but yeah.
well, yeah, yeah, he's fast, but I don't know. He's just like one of those. You see a lot of prospects like that that are athletic, fast, and kind of the one tool that lags is the hit tool. And you know how baseball works. It's by far the most important tool. So I mean, at this point, he's definitely not. I don't. I'm not comfortable to say everyday player, but he'll probably end up getting that chance. What he does with it kind of determine whether he's kind of a you know for a bench guy or whether he's an everyday player. I don't think he's going to be like a perennial all star or anything, but I don't know. I'd either go fringe guy or everyday.
I would I would say potential wise, I would say low end all-star. I'm not saying like perennial all-star or anything like that, but I definitely think he has the capabilities to be an all-star. Um, I don't want to say Arizona rushed him up last year,
Yeah.
but I mean, he was hitting, let's see, he had a 122 WRC plus, 263, 15 home runs in double A. They move him up to triple A. He plays 16 games there. It's 358, 150 WRC plus. So they call him up for a little bit, and the majors don't go so well. So
He's hurt too, right? Or something.
yeah, he had I think it was was it another shoulder problem?
I don't know. I just think he was
I think it was.
because I don't think he's played at all this year.
No, I think he's, if I remember right,
Thumb.
out till the middle.
It says he has a thumb problem.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think if he just gets more time, especially in AAA, because he only played 20 games there, I think he can definitely live up to what his name was. So I'd go, as of right now, probably everyday player.
I'm going to agree with you on that, Vlad. Who is the Diamondbacks shortstop right now? It's Geraldo Perdomo, right? I know he's hurt as well, but do you think he'll be able to take over Perdomo's spot?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Next up, we got St. Louis Cardinal Jordan Walker.
I know Zach and I will have a lot to say here, but this guy at this time last year was ranked in front of Ellie De La Cruz on a lot of lists. And so far, he hasn't hit that well. And he is a putrid defender in the outfield. I don't know why they ever moved him in the outfield, but he is not good in the outfield at all. So I don't know. I don't know if he'll figure stuff out in AAA, but as of right now, it's, maybe he can be a good hitter, but he's not going to be giving you good defense at all. He's actually going to be hurting you when he's in the field. So I would say fringe major leaguer. That might be a little harsh, but I would say fringe.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't know. It's just the defense is so bad. He just seems kind of lost a lot of the time. And I don't know, he hasn't been a good enough hitter at all to make up for it. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing a ton that I like. I mean, he'll definitely get the chance as an everyday player for sure for at least a couple more years because of the hype he came in with. But like a future outlook, I mean, he's a fringe guy. But he has the potential to be an all-star, but he's shown in a large sample size, he's shown really none of it. So
Yeah. He was a lot of people's pick to win Rookie of the Year last year, and that just disappeared.
Yeah, I will say he did have a 114 OPS plus last year, which isn't bad by any means, but this year has just been a struggle bus. He just came out of the gates really struggling.
They
So
did send him, right?
I think he did get set down.
yeah,
Yeah, because I think Carlson's coming back, or maybe he did already, but that's another outfielder.
Are we comfortable with fringe major leaguer?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we got Wyatt Langford, Texas Rangers.
He's I would say, is Gunnar Henderson on this list?
Gunnar is on this list.
Aside from Gunnar, this is my like surefire cornerstone pick.
Okay.
yeah, I know. I'm 100%.
I mean, he's just hit the brakes off the ball everywhere he's went.
Yeah,
He hasn't been off to the greatest start this year, but a year ago he was playing SEC baseball, which isn't a joke by any means, but it's a lot different than MLB baseball.
yeah.
I just think he needs to get back to his true self and get his A swing off a little bit more.
Yep.
No, yeah, he's a cornerstone guy for me. I think he'll be I think he could win like an MVP down the road. That's how good of a hitter
Really?
he is.
Wow, that's high
Yeah.
praise.
Yeah, I think
I
two
think
of
like
the Rangers outfielders could be in MVP conversations in the future.
Yeah,
it's
the
just like his just bat to ball skills are like his natural just ability to hit the baseball is
Yeah,
sometimes you
and
just
when,
watch guys and you know like that dude can rake. He's one of those few guys where you just watch him and like because he has a swing where it's like it's sustainable and you can tell he's gonna have success for a long time. So I
and
know
when
it's not
the
he
ball
hasn't
is,
been good to start, but yeah.
absolutely. I'm gonna agree with you on that one, as well. We'll go now to Pete Crow Armstrong.
um, I will preface this by saying that I'm a Reds fan, and I will preface this by saying that I think he's overhyped. But I do think he's an everyday player. I mean, he's got incredible defense, so I think that's going to at least guarantee you some kind of job.
Yes.
Um, I just think some people are a little too high on his hitting projections, and I don't know how good of a hitter he's going to be. That's all I have to
No,
say. I don't want to be mean to my rivals that much.
no. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of him to be honest, much either. Although yeah, the defense is great. I don't know, just the hitting has been obviously he came up last September and was like pathetically awful. Yeah, I don't know. Probably somewhere in between that fringe guy and everyday player, but I mean I'm fine with everyday just because of the defense, but
Yeah.
not really a super valuable everyday player.
Yeah, I'll go everyday player. I saw him play in Des Moines, for the Iowa Cubs against our Louisville Bats, and just didn't really jump off the page to me. Um, I know it doesn't matter, but he does not have as physical of a frame as you might
No,
want. Um, just
I would say that
No. Mhm.
I would say his floor, and this is gonna sound kind of weird, but it's just kind of his like archetype of the kind of player he is. I'd say his floor in the league is like a Manuel Margot, maybe a Michael Taylor.
How did you come up with Manuel Margot from
yeah,
Pete
that,
Crow?
I was gonna say that's a good. That's an
I
interesting.
just watched the I just watched the Twins beat the Mariners, so
I think his floor is much lower than that. I'm not gonna lie.
you're getting Gold Glove defense guaranteed.
But I guess mhm. Unless he gets hurt.
Yeah,
Let's move on to the Martian, Jason Dominguez. He is hurt right now, but what do you think of Jason? Where he projects?
I like him. I like the All Star category for him. Came up last year and raked. Unfortunately, got hurt, but I think he'll be a very good player. And he's, I mean, when you just look at his profile, I mean, it's a pretty five tool profile and switch hitter. So trying to get in everything in one with him.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that. I think All Star is definitely okay.
Yeah, 158 OPS plus is really really good for Jason. The just two questions I have. Number one, he wears number 89. Um, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Can you be a baller with the number 89?
Well, I mean, it was last year, and as a rookie, I don't know if you get any say.
Oh, you don't. Okay, interesting.
So, I mean, Ellie did, McLean did, but I feel like the Yankees, with their classy organization, you got to earn your stripes
That's true.
before you choose numbers.
And um, what's keeping you from saying franchise cornerstone? Is it just the Yankees having Judge?
Yeah, it's definitely part of it. I mean, you wouldn't expect a single team to have three franchise cornerstones all in the outfield,
Right.
but yeah, I don't know. I'm not as high on him as I am with Caminero, Langford, Holiday, Henderson, some others.
All right. This one is Mason Wynn. He's got a cannon.
Let me go first.
Yep.
Bust.
Bust.
Major bust.
Okay.
The dude cannot hit a baseball.
Um, do we know how he's done this year? Because I don't.
I mean, I think it's like marginally better. Let me look.
It's
He.
about league average on the plate.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
he's been better this year, but I don't. He's,
I will.
there's just no power. And he doesn't really get on base enough to make up. And I mean, he did him like single A, but double A, triple A really wasn't all that great either. Yeah, his WRC plus was 100 and 108 in double A and triple A, and then 29 last year in the big leagues and 137 plate appearances. So I don't know. I
I
mean, if he's a
will.
major leaguer, it's not really comfortably like a 9-hole guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say fringe. I just think if there's any spot other than center field where guys can keep a job from playing good defense, it's probably gonna be shortstop. Like, take the Giants, for example. They're running out Nick Ahmed at shortstop right now. So I don't know. I think he can at least stay in the bigs and be a capable shortstop. I don't know. I mean, similar to PCA, I don't know what the hit tool will end up looking like, but I think he'll get good defense from him at the moment.
I'm with you, and I'm gonna throw some respect on any Cardinals fans watching. Um, the Cardinals are a good organization. They just are. Um, and I don't know. I feel as if they can make him a fringe major leaguer. I struggle to say bust, um, just because of his defense, um, and also because of the organization the Cardinals are.
I don't know. The Cardinals organization doesn't really feel the same after the past couple of years.
That
I'm
is
not gonna
true.
lie.
That is true. I
There-
have.
There's something going. There's something going. I don't.
That is true. I'm saying like in the last 10.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
last 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But
All right. Our guy Noel V Marte.
If we're talking potential, definitely all star. Dude can hit with the best of them. I don't know. His defense might be average. You want to say average? Maybe
yeah,
the third. I mean, the bats.
average, maybe slightly below average, but it's not like a huge liability.
Yeah, the bats can play though, and he's not gonna swing and miss a whole lot. So, and he looked great for the cup of coffee he got last year as well. So, just tried to recover from an injury a little too quick and got caught.
Yeah, no, the dude can break. He hits the ball like really damn hard. No, yeah, I mean, I think he's a yeah, I think he'll be an all-star at least a couple times in his career. Um, Probably hit up towards just hitting wise up towards 280, 300, something like that. I don't know if he's going to hit a ton of home runs, but he'll definitely hit a decent amount, probably maybe 20 a year ish, something
The
around
home
there.
runs thing isn't even a knock to his power. It's just he hits the ball so low and hard.
It's yeah, it's gap power.
Yeah, man can hit. Um, I would love to see him play on this Reds team that's kind of struggling. Definitely would rather have him over Santi. Um, no disrespect to
Get another
Santi,
like
but
50 games. We got him.
um,
think I saw something on Twitter yesterday that we're like 46% of the way through suspension. So
Oh boy.
54 left.
Yep. Francisco Alvarez. Where do we put Francisco Alvarez?
I would say low end all star.
Low end All
I,
Star.
I think All Star. I don't know, just because he's a catcher and can hit
Yeah, from a catching standpoint, I
much.
think he, especially the lack of really solid catchers in the NL right now. I mean, outside of Contreras, Murphy, don't let me forget anyone in the NL.
Will Smith.
Yeah, so I think there's definitely a very fair chance that he's all star many times.
I agree. All right, we got Evan Carter.
I say all star. Honestly, I don't say cornerstone just because he's got some more whiff problems than the cornerstones do. Um, but other than some of the strikeout things, he's got a lot of the tools, especially as a hitter.
Yeah, no, All Star for sure.
Yeah, I agree. This is a man that hit third. Imagine being 21 years old and hitting third in the World Series for your team. That's just crazy to me. The Rangers fans, if there are any of you watching, you really got it going on. All right, Ellie De La Cruz. I think we all know where we're gonna put him.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about potential, you can't question that, especially in a ballpark like ours.
Here's a question: would you say he's already reached the franchise cornerstone point?
I mean, with the way the rest of the team is playing right now, sure.
Okay.
Uh,
Yep.
but I don't know. I wouldn't go too far with that yet.
No, yeah, I don't think he's quite there yet, but that's honestly like kind of scary to think about. Um, I mean, he has the potential to put together one of the most like, if he puts it all together for, I don't know, 130 games in a year, where he's just doing what he can do, he could put together one of the most ridiculous seasons of all time. Like that's the potential he has. I mean, hopefully you'll be able to do it consistently year in and year out. He's off to a great start this year. I mean, he might be off. I mean, he could be a top five MVP guy this year. That's probably where he's at right now, honestly. I think there's a lot more room to improve. I'm not sure he's ever going to strike out like not a lot. Like he's definitely going to strike out for as long as he plays. That's fine, but he's limited the chase problems a lot, which is huge. He's walking more. Um, no, all the things that were complaints or things he needed to work on is definitely improved on significantly in the last year.
Yeah. And one more thing, I know there's been people like blaming his defense a little bit. From what I've seen, outside of that like week, 2 week stretch with the Philly series where he had like 2 or 3 errors in a couple games, I think it's totally fine. But people like to point to that as a reason of why he's not going to be good. But it's just fine.
He can also make plays that like no one else can make. So
Yeah, he's like a fourth outfielder sometimes. It's ridiculous.
yeah.
All right, this one might be controversial. You got Jackson Holiday.
I'm not losing my confidence.
Okay. You
I
say
need more of a yeah,
franchise
I need more of a
cornerstone.
sample size of struggles until I drop him down.
I think he's a franchise cornerstone.
Yeah.
You think he's franchise
Like
cornerstone?
still without a doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I don't know. Might come from a point of ignorance, but yeah, he is only 20 years old. But yeah, I'm I'm not gonna waver. Number one overall pick.
I would just say that whenever a rookie comes up, pitchers in the major league level are gonna find where you struggle at.
Mm,
Like it's bound to happen with anybody. So see how he responds. I know he's had some trouble with elevated stuff, and I think another part of it was he just was a little mentally not there. He ended up taking some very hittable pitches before he got sent down. So I think he just needs to get out of his head a little bit. And once he puts a few hits together, I think he'll be just fine.
all right, Jackson Merrill now.
Zach, I'll let you go first here.
Um, I think he's like a firm everyday player. I don't think he's an all-star. He's definitely much better than a fringe major leaguer. I think he's just a really solid player. Um, Good hitter. I think a decent defender. I know he's a shortstop, right? And then the
Yeah, it's to the
Padres. That's what the Padres do. They just move people wherever. No, I mean he can hit. I don't think he has plus speed or anything. He's kind of average or below average runner. But no, I think he's just a solid everyday player, middle, bottom third of the order type guy, maybe a leadoff-ish guy in the future. We'll see. But no, he's good.
yeah. I think if he puts together a hot start over the first half of the year, he could make his case for a few all stars. But I think it's a good bet for him to be an everyday player.
Yeah, I'm agree. How about Jackson Chorio?
I'm gonna stick with the cornerstone here. I think he's
Cornerstone.
really
Okay.
I think he's really good. He has some chase kind of issues, but there's been a lot of rookies that have also struggled this year, and a lot of rookies that struggle with swing and miss when they first come up. So I'm going to keep him. I would say the lowest of the five that we have or that we would have in Cornerstone, but I would put him there personally.
Um, for me, he's probably an all-star. Like obviously the tools are there. I didn't, to be honest, I didn't really understand why he was like the number one prospect or whatever. He felt more like a top like 10 to 20 prospect in my opinion, but the Brewers have had a couple guys like that. Like South Relic was a really high prospect, and I don't understand anything with South Relic. I
Yep.
don't think he's good at baseball. Like I don't know. I never got that. But no, Jackson Trio is good. I don't think he's a cornerstone at all. Um, I think he's maybe lower end all star. Obviously, very very good player, but it just doesn't feel right to put him with that top group. I think he fits better with that second tier.
Yeah, obviously very small sample size with all these, but not hitting the best this year. Um, I'll put him on. I'll throw him at All Star as well.
I
Definitely
will
has.
add one more thing. He just turned 20.
He did just turn 20.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. So he's got a lot of time. I do have a question about Jackson Holiday, because we'll go to Gunnar Henderson next. Do we? I feel as if we're all gonna put him at franchise cornerstone.
Yeah. So I think he's the best player on this
Yeah.
list. Yeah.
I'm with you. And you guys got to see him in person, which was probably a lot different. Um,
Yeah.
Here's a question: do you think, because Adley, I think, is a franchise cornerstone as well. He's not on this list, but do you think a team can have 3 franchise cornerstones?
When you build a team like Baltimore has, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think someone should be punished for how good their teammates are.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree.
And I think they could have 2 more that aren't in the majors yet. I
Wow.
think I think Kobe Mayo could, and I think Samuel Basayo could. I'm not maybe not cornerstone, but I would put a fair sum of money that All Stars very reasonable.
All right. So we all agree on Henderson. He's probably number 1 here.
Yeah.
We'll move him accordingly. How about Ezekiel Tovar?
Well, he just got extended, so he's gonna be an everyday player.
Yeah.
Not
So is this like what's
perfect.
going to happen, or is it like how good they are? Because for an everyday player, do they have to be like a good everyday player, or like what the Rockies think is a good everyday player?
That's a great question. Let's say a
Well,
combination of both.
yeah. I mean, I'll also say last year was not his year.
That's what they extended him off of, though.
Yeah.
That it, I I
This year
never
was
understood.
okay. I
People
think
were praising
I
him.
think okay is good enough to be every day.
I mean, I think he is what it is, a consistently below league average hitter in a ballpark that's, I mean, it's Coors. I don't know. He's a fringe major leaguer to me. I have no idea why they signed that extension. It makes zero sense. But
That's what the Rockies do.
Yeah, the Rockies are desperate. I agree
look,
with
I
you,
love the
Zach.
Rockies. I hope they do well, but this is a disaster. I mean, I have no idea what they're doing.
I agree with you, Zach.
Could
Anthony
even be both.
Anthony Volpe,
I would say a safe all-star for me.
safe All Star.
Um, I don't know. He feels better than the everyday player, but maybe not as good as some of the all stars. Obviously he started really well this year, so I mean that was a good sign. I don't. I mean, he does hit for power as a shortstop, and that's pretty valuable. I don't. I mean, he's probably going to be a I don't know a 105 to 115 WRC plus guy in his career would be my guess. Good power, a lot of swing and miss. I don't know. I mean, it feels like a really solid everyday shortstop. I don't know about all stuff, but I can understand why. He'll
I'm
be an
gonna
I,
go
all-star.
everyday player.
Yeah, that's where I'm leaning.
Vlad, can you make your case on why you think he's an All Star?
well, he was a very bad hitter last year, and he's made the adjustments to be a solid hitter. And right now, he's also premium position. He's already at 5 outs above average at shortstop. Great defense there. If I'm not mistaken, he won the Gold Glove last year, which doesn't really help my case because that's kind of a joke of an award. But
Yeah.
I do think he's made some adjustments at the plate, so that's a good sign. I think if it clicks, then he can be an all-star.
Yeah, he's definitely um, a tier below Gunner. I think Gunner beats him out every single year for the shortstop All Star vote. Um, are there any other shortstops up and coming that you think are better? that are gonna consistently be better?
Cameron.
Caminero.
Yeah. And who knows if they keep Caminero at shortstop, but if they don't, he's going to be an average, above average third baseman.
We're gonna put him at the very top of the everyday player because I think he could be a fringe all-star. Yeah, we'll keep him there. Michael Harris the second.
I'd say lower tier of the All Stars. I think he's got, again, like best of the best defense you'll see in center field. He's got power. He does exactly what he needs to do for the Braves lineup. So, I mean, from a Braves point of view, they might have too good of a team for him to be an all-star.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying.
I do think, I mean, how many did the Rangers have last year? Like 7 or 8? I think it's definitely reasonable he can be an all-star.
I don't know if he's like. mm, I think it almost helps him that he's a Brave and he's an All-Star because he has that line of protection. Like
Yep.
that's really. I don't know. He doesn't. I know he. I don't know if he strikes out a lot, but I think he like does not get on. Like he doesn't walk at all. I think. Hold on, let me look. Yeah, no, he has a career 5% walk percentage.
Jeez.
Strikes out 20%. Um, I mean, yeah, he hits for about really good player. I don't know if he's quite. He's kind of like in that Volpe tier for
Yeah,
me.
I agree. Um, man.
I mean, I feel like if I voted Volpe for all-star, I got to vote Harris here for all-star.
No, that makes
Mhm.
sense.
So I'm totally fine with the upper tier of every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm gonna agree with the upper tier of every day.
It definitely helps him that he hits in front of Acuna
Yeah.
when he's hitting ninth.
Um, it's crazy that a 9-hole hitter we're considering being an all-star. That's just how good the Braves are, I guess. Um, how about Julio? I think we kind of know where we're gonna put him.
Yeah.
Franchise cornerstone.
Yeah, if he could not be so bad in the first 2 months of the season, that would really help his case.
Yes, I agree.
But yeah, I mean, like June, July on, he's a top 5 player.
Yeah.
At least arguable.
Yeah. No. No argument here.
How about Riley Green?
Okay, this for me is probably where I'm going to differ from you guys. I think he's a franchise quarterback.
Okay.
I think he
Interesting.
can be that good, like a top 10 hitter in the American League type, something like that. I mean, he's gotten off to a really good start this year. I think he homered again today. I think it's like he's already up to 9 homers. I think it's got to be close to the league lead. Um, no, I mean he's raking this year. The tools have always kind of been there. He's hit at pretty much every level. He had a really good year last year. I don't know. I think he's kind of a piece that Detroit can build their offense around. I mean, they got the pitching, obviously, for that guy and Tarek Skubal, but position player wise, I mean, that's kind of where they've been lacking for a long time hitting. I think they kind of got a guy now to build around. I know they're stuck with like the Javi Baez contract and some other crappy situations, but I don't know. I think he's a guy you can build around, so I'd put him in franchise cornerstone.
Yeah, for me, I agree, but where I'm a little different is all of the guys that are in Cornerstone right now are on teams that are expecting to be like playoff contending outside of the Reds if it weren't for their injuries. Uh, and I'm not saying the Tigers aren't playoff contenders because
I mean, the Tigers are like 3 or 4 games over 500.
yeah, I'm saying they can be a solid team.
Yeah.
I just I feel like it's disrespecting him to put him in All Star, but I feel like the guys that are in Cornerstone are all ahead of him.
I stand corrected. They're all 1 game over 500.
So I say like the lowest Cornerstone or All Star plus, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I agree with both of you actually, but yeah, I feel as if what he's done this year puts him at a cornerstone. This
That's
year, 2.4 WAR, 165 OPS plus.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think raises him to a level of the lowest tier cornerstone.
He's also carrying my fantasy teams.
Okay.
Shout out Riley Green.
Yeah, shout out Riley.
Let's go.
CJ Abrams.
I'll let Vlog go. Yeah, like go.
Um, do I dare say Cornerstone? I don't think I think I have to. If we're saying I'm not, this is nothing against Riley Green, but I think if we're saying that he's a cornerstone, by the way that Abrams has started, I think he's also a cornerstone.
I think that was right. I mean, Riley Green was like good last year. CJ Abrams was pretty. I mean, he was actually. I didn't think he was going to be able to hit at the major league level when he came up, like CJ Abrams. And he freaking like great. I mean, so far this year, but he was competitive. I think at the plate last year. Let me see. Like it wasn't good, but it was fine. Although he came up with San Diego. No, he was like, yeah, he was at 90 WRC plus last year. So, um, I don't know. I think it's way too early to call him cornerstone. For me, you gotta like they either have to be like that much of like a blue chip prospect, or I need to see like uh, at least a half a year maybe of that production. Um, I'm not quite there with Abrams. I mean, the way he started this year was very promising, but I think it's fair to say All Star though.
I agree, especially on the Nationals. I think he will be their All Star.
For sure.
All right. Let's just get this one out of the way first. Bobby Witt Jr. I would put him maybe above Gunner, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I didn't even realize he was on this list. Yeah, no, I think he's above Gunner. They're like 1A1.
Yeah, it's close.
I like I like Witt against both handedness of pitchers a little better.
That's a good point too.
So the final topic of this video is let's talk about Corbin Carroll. We were talking about it a little before the show, Vlad, how he's just been pretty bad this year.
He's been worse than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, holy cow.
Would you still put him at a cornerstone, though, is my question? Or would you bump him down a tier? Or 2 or 3?
I would still put him there. I mean, it's early. I mean, if I remember right, he had an injury towards the end of last year, right? Shoulder thing. I don't know if that's a problem or not. Regardless, before that, he looked like he could be a 40-40 player. So I think that could be cornerstone caliber.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's fair to move. My only concern is it's the shoulder, and it looks not like his swing looks off because of the shoulder, and I don't know how long, like, or like how big of a lingering issue that's going to be. Because his swing is not very like, you know,
Very
compact.
unorthodox.
It's pretty unorthodox. It's like it's pretty violent, and well, it's good in terms of like doing damage. It can also do damage to yourself. So I don't,
Sorry,
so
that
I
was.
don't know. I don't know if he's. We'll see how long the shoulder thing moves, but it's kind of concerning. Tools wise, he's definitely a cornerstone, but
Yeah,
Uh,
we'll give you the benefit of the doubt, Corbin. That was the best. That was the best line I've heard of in my day. It can do damage, but it can also do damage to yourself.
I will
That was
say the one knock, like the one true knock that all of us can agree with is if there is a runner on second and there's a ball hit to him in the outfield, I'm
oh no
taking the
shot.
runner 11 times out of he does not have
Luke Maley, I don't care. Like they're getting away from him.
he does not have the arm at all. So keep him in left field or right field.
I think we throw harder than him.
That's probably plausible. Sorry, Corbin, but you're a good player. But the arm.
um, yeah, that's our list. Thanks for watching.